the leader meeting in Bucharest in April.
Yeah, but you're also meeting, I think there's some high-level meetings at March 6th and 7th in Brussels with the foreign ministers. Have you given them a deadline that you want to hear something by then so that you can talk to the Prime Minister before the Bucharest meetings?
No, I will be at the Bucharest meeting. Yes, it's an important meeting. We'll discuss that. I don't want to give them a timeline or something like that. They understand, and we want to be there, but we need more. We need a partner, and the most interesting part is we are having at the international scene right now a discussion about the role of our country in Afghanistan. That's important. It's on the list of a priority list of the NATO allies, and we're having discussion right now. So when we'll have a solution, I hope as soon as possible, but I cannot predict.
You've talked about the French. Are there any other countries that seem to be a little bit receptive? Because we've just seemed to be focusing on the French and no one else.
No, we're not. We're not focusing on the French. We had discussion on the French. We will have discussion with the French. We will have discussion with Poland. I had a discussion with my Poland counterpart last week in Ottawa. We are having discussion with the U.S. All the NATO allies are there, and we're asking them all the same thing. So at the end, I don't know which one will be our partner, but they know that we need a partner, and I hope we'll be able to solve that as soon as possible.
Yeah, this going around sort of, begging for troops does not bode well, does it, for the future of NATO or for the future of the mission? Do you despair about that?
But they all agree that it's important. The Afghanistan, it's a mission under the UN led by NATO, and if we don't succeed in Afghanistan, it will hurt NATO credibility, and we all know that. So we working on the same ground there. We want NATO to be a success in Afghanistan, and they all understand that. So it's important for the future of the Afghan government. We want to build a better Afghan government. We want to be a peaceful, a peaceful country, and we want to train the Afghan people, the Afghan army, and the Afghan police, because at the end they're the one who are going to be responsible of their own security. So we know all that, the international community, and for doing the job well, we need to have more troops in the south, because as you know, it's the most dangerous region in Afghanistan.
Back to domestic issues, would you want to fight an election? Because we hear that the drum's beating for a general election. Would you want to fight an election on the Afghanistan issue?
But you must ask this question to Stéphane Dion. For us, it's so important. It will be, like Prime Minister said, a confidence vote. The vote will take place in March. And it's an important mission, but I'm optimistic that we're going to be able to find a real consensus on that, because at the end it's not like I said in the beginning, a conservative mission or a liberal mission. It's a Canadian mission, and with the proposal that we received this week by Stéphane Dion, I can be optimistic, because their proposal it's based on the independent, non-partisan Manley report.
You're not only the Foreign Affairs Minister, but you're very senior and prominent minister in Quebec. What's your best guess in terms of seats for the Conservatives in the next election? You won 10 the last election. Are you expecting 15 more this time?
The Quebecers will tell us, but what I can tell you right now, it's what they like from our government. They like the Prime Minister leadership. We are doing right now what we said that we're going to do, so they like it. And I hope that the Quebecers will support our government, our government during the next election. And you know what we did in Quebec and in all across the country: lower the taxes for people. People have more money in their pocket right now than they had previously, and also we respect our constitution. And so we're not interfering in provincial jurisdiction, so it's very important in Quebec and also all across the country. So I think we have a very good record, and as you know, I hope the election will be in 2009. We have fixed date election now in Canada, and the election is supposed to be the second week of October in 2009, but as you know, we don't have the majority. Stéphane Dion will decide, and we'll be ready.
And you're heading off to Colombia and Haiti. What are you hoping to achieve there?
As you know, we said in our speech of the throne, and Prime Minister was in Colombia last year, We want to re-engage with Americas, and we are discussing right now a free trade agreement with Colombia. And as you know, Haiti, it's an important country. It's the poorest country in this hemisphere. So we want to continue to help this country, Haiti. And I will be there to speak with President Préval and other leaders also. And in Colombia, I will speak with my counterparts. I will speak about trade, about human rights. And so I think it will be a very profitable and profitable trip over there. It is important for me. Bev Oda was there last week. Prime Minister was there, and it's important to re-engage with the Americas. And I will be there. And I will be there. I will leave actually tonight for Colombia and Haiti.
Minister Bernier, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Good luck with your travels.
Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. Have a nice week.
Now over to Bob with more on